Hi everyone, welcome back to SPGuides.Academy. If you are planning to learn Microsoft Power Automate but don't know where to start, this video for you. Today I'll explain what is Copilot Studio, different type of flow you can create, and we'll build our very fast cloud flow together from scratch. By the end of this video, you will have a completely knowledge on how to create a Power Automate workflow in Power Automate portal. So let's get started. Before I tell you how to create a Power Automate flow, let's first understand what is Power Automate. Power Automate is a Microsoft automation platform that helps you to automate repetitive tasks without writing a lot of code. Instead of performing the same task manually every day, you can create a flow that does it automatically. For example, when someone submits a Microsoft form, send an email. This can be automated. When a new item is created, notify your team. When an approval request is submitted, send an email to your manager automatically. These are the common business scenario where Power Automate save time and reduce the manual work. So inside the Power Automate, there is many type of flows there. So before creating a flow, let's quickly look available flow type. So the first flow type is automate cloud flow. Starts automatically when specific event occurs, such as creating an item or receiving an email. For example, you are receiving an email every day, right? So that time you maybe don't know you are receiving your email or not. So what we can do, when you are receiving an email, you can that email forward to your Microsoft Teams. Then you will do that thing. That is called automatic cloud flow. Then the second one is the instant cloud flow. Runs only when manually triggered. For example, by pressing a button. Think like a scenario. You are using the any app kind of things. When you are click on submit button, you need to send an email to a particular group, or you want to send an message to a particular person in a Microsoft Teams. That time this instant cloud flow will much more important to use this flow, right? The third one is the scheduled cloud flow. This kind of flow runs a specific time, such as every day 9 a.m. or every Monday. You can use this flow kind of reminder. For example, you can imagine in a company, many people working in a application, right? They have some deadline. That time, what you need to do every day morning at 9 a.m., you can check that particular list or database which task which is not completed. If it is not completed, you can send an email to them so that they will need to know today is the deadline, or in future this is the deadline, so we will work more to finish that task, right? These are the case you can use the scheduled cloud flow. And the last one is the desktop flow. It is used to automate the desktop application and repetitive task in your computer. In today's video, we are going to create a automatic cloud flow, which is the one of the most commonly used flow type in the real world projects. So today, what we need to create, when an item is created in the SharePoint list, the Power Automate will send an email to the particular person. We'll build this flow today, right? So if you don't know what is SharePoint list, let me quickly tell you what is that one. You can think of it. SharePoint list is like a Excel table stored in online. Instead of keeping your data in the Excel file, you are storing in the SharePoint list where multiple people can access and update it at the same time. In today's example, we'll use the SharePoint list to store the employee leave request. Whenever a new leave request is added to the list, Power Automate will automatically send an email to the particular user, right? You can see here, this is a SharePoint site, and inside this SharePoint site, I created a SharePoint list, right? So in this list, I have several columns. First is the title column, then is the employee name, employee email address, department, and department is a choice column. Choice column in the sense you can choose what is your department, right? Same way I created a leave type. So there are 4 leave type I added. One is the casual leave, sick leave, earned leave, work from home, right? Then I added a start date and end date column, and this column data type is date only. Then I added a region, why you want to take leave, right? So this is a multiple text column. So here you can add your region, and the last one is the status. Status means your leave is submitted, approved or reject. Here we can see that one. So this is the SharePoint list I created. So next we need to create the Power Automate flow. To create a Power Automate flow, we need to go make.powerautomate.com. So once we'll click this one, so if you are already using the Power Automate, it will directly open that one. Otherwise, if you have a lot of account, it will tell you to sign in one account. So I will select my account. Then you can see this type of interface, right? So in this interface, you can see in the top bar, it is showing the Power Automate, and here you can search resources. Then you can see this is showing the environment. Make sure you are in the correct environment where you want to create the flow. So I am in the Copilot environment. I will use this environment to create a flow. You can go to the setting, and these are the few setting you can use. Then here you can see your name. It will display. Then you can see in the left hand side there are several menu. First is the home. Then here you can see the create. Once I click on this one, create, so here it will display the different type of flow we can create. Then the template means the Power Automate itself is giving some of the template where you can create your flow. For example, if I want to create a flow like when an form is submitted, send an email to the user. So that time I need to search that flow, and here you can see this is the flow I am talking about, right? This is the template. When a form is submitted, send an email to the user. So that time you can use the template to create a flow. These are the predefined flow template Microsoft gave. Then you can see the log. Here you can, if you click on this one, it will navigate to Microsoft documentation. Here you can learn about the Power Automate flows. Then you can see my flows. Whatever the flows you created, that flow it will display it here. So here you can see the cloud flow, desktop flow, and share with me. Suppose your team created a flow and they share with you. That flow will display it here inside this share with me. And here you can see new flow. Here you can create the flows. Then you can see the approval, solution, process mining. These are the advanced thing we'll see in the later of time. So now let's create a flow. So to create a flow, you can go to the this create, and here you can select that automate cloud flow, because in this example we'll create an automate cloud flow. Otherwise, you can go to my flow, and in the top you can see the drop down, right? New flows. Here you can select the automate cloud flow. So I will select the automate cloud flow. Once I click on this one, you can see this is the pop-up, it will show. So here you need to provide the flow name. So here I will provide, I gave leave request flow, because in this example we want when a leave is added in this employee leave request list, that time we'll send an email to the particular user, right? That's why I give a flow name called leave request flow. So next is the trigger. A trigger is an event that starts our Power Automate flow. Every flow begins with a trigger. Without one, the flow does not know when to run. This is called trigger. Think of it like a doorbell. When someone presses the doorbell, it rings. Similarly, when a specific event happens, the trigger tells Power Automate to start the flow. In our case, we are using the SharePoint trigger called when an item is created. This means when a new employee leave request is added to our SharePoint list, Power Automate automatically starts the flow and perform the action we need to configure that known as send an email notification. So remember, every Power Automate flow start with a trigger and then one or more action. So here we will use when an item is created. You can see it here. This is the flow and this is from SharePoint, right? We are using the SharePoint list. So I will select this SharePoint when an item is created. If the flow you can't see it here, you can search it here when an item is created. Then what you need to do, you need to click on this create. So once you click on create, it will open the Power Automate editor. You can see it here. Just open the editor, right? So here you need to select this trigger. So once you will select, you can see it here. It is showing the site address and the list name. So here we need to provide our site address. Our site address name is SPGuide.Academy. Once we will select the site address, next we need to provide the list name. Once I'll click on this drop down, here you can see the whatever the list present inside that SharePoint site, it will show it here. In our case, our list name is employee leave request. So I'll select this one. So that means our trigger is completed. Next, what we need to do, we need to add the action. So before add to the action, now let's understand what is action. An action is a task that Power Automate perform after the trigger starts the flow. Think like the trigger tells the flow when to start and the action tells to the flow what to do. For example, in our flows, the trigger tells when an item is created in the SharePoint list. Once that happens, the action is send an email which send an email notification automatically. A flow can have one or multiple action depending upon our business requirement. So in our action is send an email. So once we search the send an email, you can see it here. Lot of action is showing, right? So in our case, we need to send an email in the Outlook. Here you can see send an email V2, right? We'll select this one, not this mail. And there is another Outlook also present. This one only Outlook.com. We will not use this one. We want the Office 365 Outlook. So that's why I'll select this send an email. So once we'll select this one, you can see it here that is added, right? So next we need to provide some of the parameter. So here the to whom we want to send the email, right? So what we need to do, so we need to click on this one setting icon, then use dynamic content. In the later point of time, I will tell you what is this dynamic content. So once you click on this one, you can see it here. All the thing is showing. So here we want to send the email to the employee email address. So that's why you can see the employee email address showing here. We'll select this one. Next, we need to provide the subject. So here in the subject, I just provide new leave request submitted. Then we need to provide the details under this body section. So here I'll just paste this one: name, department, leave type, start date, end date, region. So these are the things I provided. Next we need to fill up with this dynamic content. So if I'll click on this one, so here you can see the employee name. I'll pass this one and department. You'll again click on this dynamic. Here you can see the department value. Then leave type. So here I will select this leave type value. Then we need to provide the start date. Click on this dynamic content. Click on this show more. Scroll down. You can see it here. Start date. Then end date. Again click on show more, scroll down, select end date, and the last one is the region. Click on this dynamic content, show more, and the region. So this is the things we added. Next, what we need to do? Our flow is completed. Next, we need to save the flow. You can see it here, save draft. First, we need to click on this save draft. Once it will save this one, then we need to publish this flow. Once we will publish, that time it will work. Now you can see our flow is saved but not published. You can see it here in the top. You can see it is draft. Next, we need to publish this one. Click on this publish button. Once you click on this one, you can see it here. It is publishing. Once it will publish, we'll go to the SharePoint list and we'll fill up the details and it will send an email to the particular user. Now you can see it here. Our flow is ready to go. We recommend it to test it. So next what we need to do, go to the SharePoint list. Once you go to the SharePoint list, here we will click on new. Once you click on new, you can see it here, it will pop up a form. So here we need to fill up this form. So here you can see I fill up this form, and next what we need to do, you can see it here, title I provided, then employee name, email address, department, leave type, start date, end date, and region. Next we need to click on save. Once you click on save, you can see the particular data is showing it here, whatever we fill up. Now let's go to the Power Automate flow. So here we'll see the flow is running or not. So to check that one, go back to this one. Then here you can see if the flow is run, it will show in this run history. So let's wait some time. After some time, we'll check it needs to run. Now you can see the flow run successfully. You can see it here. And if I click on this one, you can see it here. This flow runs successfully. You can check this tick mark, right? So next what we need to go do, we need to open the Outlook. So in the Outlook, we need to receive an email, right? So let's open the Outlook. You can see it here. I receive an email, right? And these are the information we provided, right? So this way you can create a Power Automate flow. So before I end this video, let me tell you about SPGuide.Academy. If you like this video, like this type of video is present in this Power Automate section. Inside this course bundle, you can find the SharePoint Online, SPFx, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, Power Pages, Copilot Studio, and PowerShell tutorial. And this whole tutorial is recorded by the Vijay Kumar, who is a Microsoft MVP. And if you want to join this SPGuide Academy, I will provide the link in the description below. You can check it out. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friend who is learning Microsoft Power Platform and Power Automate. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.